The beat is Mob D. It's Mob D. Damn, the beat is Mob D. It's Mob D. Straight up.
Yes, sir. We live.
Remind me. Oh.
It's that new Mob D. You know how we do.
I'll just send you a text right now.
Know how we do.
Yeah. Say that. Talk that shit to me. Everything about you be it for me.
Y'all can't get the whole album. 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 You know what I mean? You know, we had to set it off with that Mob Deep because that Mob Deep shit was super official, man. I love this shit, man. I love this hip hop shit. It's been a great year for hip hop. I'm super proud of the upperclassmen, the legends of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out there working harder than all the young boys put together, man. Classic albums this year. We got, who we got? We had the Clips. Had one of the illest albums this year. Then who else we had? We had Freddie Gibbs. He had a tough album. Real tough. The Larry Jones 2 Chainz album was super official.
Hey, my
I really
husband
like
still
that.
play that mug out.
Then we had Raekwon album. That shit was fire. It was some heat on there. Then followed up with Ghostface Killer. So Ghostface Killer had some heat on his shit. So I'm just excited, man. You know, this Mobb Deep album, man, this shit is up there, man. This is like one of my favorite joints, man. Like for real. So I'm super happy. As y'all can see, you know what I mean? It's been a long week. You know what I mean? Your boy been grinding, got a lot of shit done. I'm just super happy. You know, I was able to cross the finish line on a lot of things, man. So I'm super happy, man. So you know how we do. Every Sunday, 420, it's your boy T.Gold, NFTia Just Cheeze. This is the TCK Web3 News Roundtable, episode 87. 87 was a good year, too. There's a lot of great music that came out. Another golden era for hip-hop. Man, NFTia Just Cheeze. How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend? Y'all looking good? Y'all looking like y'all ready for next week, man. You know, look like y'all geared up for next week. What's going on? What's good?
You know, I had a pretty good weekend. Well, with the exception of, obviously, you know, we'll get to that, I'm sure. I seen the stories. You know, that was a little disheartening.
Oh, we're going to get into that.
We're going to get into all that. So that did kind of tamper my mood a little bit this weekend. I might need, like, one of them little bleepers, little sound effects when we start talking about your president.
Okay. What kind of
Like,
bleep?
Bleep. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Like,
The red alert shit?
No. Like, when somebody cuss.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I got that. You know, I got the sound effects. No, I'm going to get it popping.
Because that's how I'm feeling a little bit, you know?
Damn.
When I say Trump is a, you know what I'm saying?
Got you. Okay.
Yes. So I was feeling that way this weekend. But no, my daughter was home from school. She ghosted me. She was with her friends all weekend. I ain't going to lie.
Oh,
but
wow.
I got to spend today with her. That's why I was running a little bit behind. So that was good. And then I just been locked in. I've been like hyper focused, hyper locked in. We got a lot on the table. We got a lot, to gain and to lose this weekend. I don't think any of it is a loss though. So let me rephrase that because it's all a W.
Hold on. That's what the market did this fucking weekend. Fucking crashed. You know what I'm saying? Man.
So I had a great weekend though. How about you, Cheese?
Are we live?
Yeah, we live. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, my weekend was good. Friday, I was working on stuff for Pitch Fest And then also at the same time, I went to do Layla's scavenger hunt that she had up around the city.
Dope. How was
That's
that?
fire.
So I did a couple of those stops. It was cool because she like did it at parks. So I realized like I'm driving around like damn, Atlanta has a lot of parks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like all the different. She did 18 parks, but she could have done so many more parks because there's so much parks.
Did you skylark it out?
Huh?
Did you skylark it out?
Yeah.
Dope.
That's dope. Got
Yeah.
to do your own activation.
Yeah.
That's
In
fire.
real life, hell yeah.
Yeah. So there's some ideas that me and her talked about there, and then yesterday I went to. That was also yesterday, but yesterday I also went to. I got invited to this like small mini festival by Dorado. Shout out to Tasha.
Shout out to Tosh.
And
Right.
she had invited me because she just wanted to see like how Skylark could be utilized at there, and it was kind of like it was from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I showed up at like 10 p.m. or around 9 p.m. and they were just getting the outdoor DJ set going.
Okay.
So they had a whole vibe out there with the projection screen against the white bus.
Dope.
So the white bus basically was changing colors because it was a white background the entire time.
Oh, that's lit.
So yeah, and then I did some shopping for an outfit for the Halloween party that we doing as well. So we get ready for that. So this little small things here and there. Yeah, but how about you?
Yo, hold
Oh
on.
yeah, and the 3D printed something nice with the.
Oh man, that mug was fire. I'm ready to
Yo.
buy one of them now
Hold on.
for my desk.
You can't just gloss over that whole, event that we having on Halloween. Can't gloss over that, man. You got an outfit already. Well, costume. I gotta find a costume. I got an idea because you gave me an idea of something to do. So I'm think I'm cool on that. And actually, it's gonna be dope. So the event we having is on Halloween at the bookstore gallery. It's gonna be an escape room event, and it's gonna be Web3 themed. All right, and you're gonna have an opportunity to win some Web3 items, some Web3 3D printed items. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
So
that's fire.
we already popping with the 3D printer, so we locked and loaded. So what I mean, everybody participating, whoever got the best costume, we got first, second, and third place prizes for the best costumes. All right, so don't be afraid, don't be too cool for school, man. You know what I mean? I encourage people to go ahead and cop a nice little costume. You know what I mean? Halloween gonna be lit. It's gonna be from 7 to probably 12 or something like that. We're gonna get it lit.
Yeah, we always run over time, but it's all good.
And then afterwards, we'll probably have some cards going on. We'll probably have some some Madden or something, some games in the back. You know what I mean? We gonna have some fun this time, y'all. We gonna have some fun. So I'm looking forward to it, man. So yeah, that was the thing I wanted to say, man. Our event is gonna be dope, man. I'm shout out to Kyle. You know what I mean? Shout out to Justin. Shout out to the fellas. And the ladies at the bookstore gallery, man. This is gonna be our 4th or 5th event, Cheese? What, 4th?
Nah,
5th?
it's number 6.
Dang.
Hold on, we on 6 already? You sure?
Yeah, when I was with Tasha yesterday. When I was over there at her event, I was just counting them back, and I was like, damn, we on 6. Like, because
Crazy.
yeah, it was May was the first one.
Mm.
May, June, July, August, September, October.
Dope.
So I was just like yesterday. I was just like, that's consistency, and we now I think the reason why you said 3 or 4, and the reason why I kind of think about that too is because in the last 3 or 4 we've kind of developed a formula of gaming, wellness, and so we have a formula now. We can continue to find a formula, and that's why I feel like like the last 3 kind of just went by so fast because we had a consistent formula.
True. Good point, man. So get some air horns for that, man. Because we on our 6th event, so I'm happy as hell about that. You know what I'm saying? So, also, man, everybody who's gonna be participating this Tuesday at the World Coin Store pitching. All right, we got a Web3 pitch fest. It's a competition going down. Tia, I love you, but it's going down. We battling for 25K. Not just me and her projects, but it's gonna be what 11 other developers.
Oh, 11 others, yeah.
Yeah, about 12 in total.
10, because it's 2 of us.
Okay,
10 of us.
that's
10
right. 12 in total, but it's gonna be 2 of us are here. The other 10. Good luck to y'all, man. You know, cause I've been working on my pitch, man. So you know, add a few more things to solidify my pitch, man. So you know, may the best project win. I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about that. It's been a long 30 days for me. It's been an eventful 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I fired my job, so I work for myself now. You know what I mean? Got the LLC popping, you know, thanks to NFTia. So I want to thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Getting your boy right. You know what I mean? So it's a step. It's a process. I love this space. I love this community. I love what ABC represents. And big shout out to Marlon, man. Shout out to Marlon Williams, founder of ABC, the Atlanta Blockchain Center. That's where we at. And founder of Starter Labs, man. So big ups to him, man.
Bar chef.
You know what I mean? That's the bar chef right there. You heard? So yeah, my weekend was dope. I got a lot of shit done. I had 2 big projects. I finally finished both of them, got them all out the way. It was coming down to the deadlines, knocked shit out. I was so happy about that. You know, just as a graphic designer, you know, meeting deadlines is extremely important. So I'm glad I was able to knock some shit out. Now I can focus on crafting up some ideas that I got for the Born Day Fit. You know what I mean? There's a few Born Days popping for ABC members here at, you know, during Scorpio season, October and November. Mine is October the 28th. So I'm happy about a lot of things going on. Let's talk about the events first. Let's talk about the events, because there's 2 other events outside of what we mentioned earlier. So Sharita with A1 Digital, right? She has 2 events at the Promise Center on Campbellton Road. So there's going to be several individuals from our team, our Atlanta Blockchain Center fam, who's going to be going into this center. There was 18 to 24-year-olds that we're going to be speaking to, and we're going to give them game on crypto. You know what I mean? We're going to give them the basics, the fundamentals, the ABCs of this. You know what I'm saying? Because
Literally,
this is going to be new territory for them. So the first day is October the 28th on my birthday, so I'm going to celebrate my birthday teaching the childrens. You know what I'm saying? Got a shout out to the childrens. And yeah, and the next date I believe is the 30th, October the 30th. So shout out to everybody who signed up and who's participating and volunteering their time to teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's one of the most important parts of our journey in this space of teaching the youth who's about to go into, you know, the work field. Well, the workforce, I should say. So, the other event at the Bookstore Gallery, October the 26th, that's a Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. because, you know, it's Web3 themed. We got Blue, representing Blue Water, throwing a spades tournament, all right? So, I believe it's $45 for the individual, $90 for the partnership, because you got to have a spades partner, somebody knows how to play. And I think it's $15 just to be a spectator, but it's going to be dope. You're going to have a chance to win some crypto, okay? I don't know if it's going to be USDC or it's going to be some Bitcoin, but regardless, it's going to be your opportunity, you know, to play spades, man, and win some crypto, man. So that's going to be October the 26th, man. That's going to be hosted by Blue with Blue Water. So those are the 2 other events that we got popping. It's going to be a crazy month for us, you know what I'm saying? Then my birthday's on the 28th, like I said, and then Halloween the 30th, our event, and then Bar Chef's birthday's on November the 8th, right? Mm-hmm. And what else we got?
D-Web, we're going to be going to North Carolina with D-Web. You got ETH Arizona. It's just so much stuff, man. We always stay in the kitchen at the end of the day. The list goes on and on, you know? So
she's absolutely right. At this point, I think we got a few stoves now. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got a lot of things cooking, because we got the oven. We definitely got something in the oven. We got all 4 eyes cooking. So I know we got a whole nother stove cooking up stuff for us, man. You know,
Got a whole
pots
other
and
kitchen.
pans,
Got a
man.
whole another restaurant.
That's right. You know what I mean? So, with all that being said, let's get right into it, y'all. Let's get right into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right. Y'all know if y'all were looking at y'all portfolios this weekend, or if y'all were looking at CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, what happened? It was a motherfucking crash. A terrible crash. A terrible, terrible
Hit
crash.
him again.
Hold on, man.
Blood on the streets.
Blood on the streets. It was the biggest liquidation in Bitcoin history, bigger than the COVID drop, bigger than the FTX drop. This one was almost 20 billion in liquidations. Too many traders were over leveraged. On top of Trump, this mother.
Big motherfucker.
The whole thing about it, man.
Sucker ducker.
Tariffs, new tariffs, all right? 100% tariffs, an increase on goods coming from China. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna buy this dip? Because it started bouncing back, a nice little rebound, but it definitely wiped out about what? Damn near 6 months worth of gains. Yo, shit with the one from it went from 120. Bitcoin went from 126, a record high, to 102.
Yeah.
A $20,000 candle. That wick went down and was the biggest wick that we've seen.
We
I
back
know
at
I've
one.
seen.
We back at 112 now.
We back at 112. I think 114 today.
Yeah.
But it just wicked down right quick, and you know the whales bought up that dip. You know, oh my God, man, it was scandalous, man. There was a guy. We're gonna talk about this. He lost his life because he committed suicide. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But man, unfortunately, the market took a dip. But if you look at this market, it's a matter of perspective, okay? You can look at it and say, hey, you know what? You know, my whole portfolio went down 30, 40%. You know what I'm saying? You might have been over leveraged and got liquidated. But here's the best part about this. What happened during that COVID dip and what happened during that FTX dip? It was one of the best buying opportunities for a bounce back. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it. We got to ask my co-host, man, NFTia Just Cheeze. What's your thoughts on this market crash? And what do you think about the rebound that happened? All right?
Man, get that air horn up, because Trump, bring your here, boy. No, I'm just joking. No, we all know this was the most masterful. Hey, homeboy, y'all ready? We about to do a smash and grab. And that's how Trump did us. You know what it feel like having him in office right now? How many of y'all had older siblings?
Well, for my siblings older than me. I'm the youngest.
You know, you got older cousins though.
Yeah.
Boy cousins, right? They ain't let nobody fuck with you except for them. Mm-hmm. But they used to really beat your ass.
That's right.
But they wouldn't let nobody else beat your ass, right?
That's right.
That's how Trump do Americans.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But now nobody else mess with us. But he sure do us grimy. Straight up. That's what it feel like having him as a president. It's a double-edged sword because on one end, some of his international policy, it's like, why were we getting ran over like that for so long? Why is he the first president to come do this? And then he come do these scandalous things. So let's take a look. The COVID crash was one of the biggest, by percentage, sell-offs ever. Mm-hmm. And that was Trump, right? FTX was under Biden, but that was no political ties to that at all. Mm-mm. Other than race and banks being upside down and them getting found butt naked. Right? Mm-hmm. So we got the COVID crash, but we know how Trump approached that and really made the markets go down. Then we had another really violent crash that was due to terrorists early this year. Mm-hmm. That was a very historic crash. That play worked so good, he ran it back again. And then gonna tell us, oh, we're not gonna do that. It was a mistake. That's what they saying right now on some of the news outlets. So all him and his people just can do a smash and grab on their own kind, on their own people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you smoked that, too. You smoked that.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks is the smash and grab piece because, like, it's so obvious that if you have money sidelined, you know right when to get in. But at the same time, the people that are, you're talking about a lot of people that are seeing this happening are also having money sidelined to jump back in, and so it's like unfortunate. And the big boys can easily do that, you know, in and out, in and out, in and out. And so that's the really unfortunate part of it. But it's just so funny because like what Tia was saying, I had woke up this morning and one of the articles that I read already pointed to the fact that China was misinterpreted on their export rules around rare gems, rare earth materials.
Rare earth minerals.
Yeah, the rare earth materials, and that is enough to start creating, you know, narratives around, oh, it's de-escalating, right? So we'll see tomorrow when the market opens up if the sentiment.
Nope.
Why not?
Tomorrow is Native Indigenous Peoples Day. We don't. The only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace. You heard? We don't fuck with the other dude. We don't fuck with the other dude.
I don't even like.
Tomorrow's
It's a holiday.
That Chris Day.
So for us,
Yeah.
our market react in real time. We crypto 24/7, 365. The
I'm
stock
talking about
market
the stock
don't.
market,
The stock
though.
don't open up till
To
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's a delayed reaction by like what? 3 days? 4 days?
Yeah, but I
And
think
we know the market that they really want to get their hands on more than anything at the lowest rate. Like the stock market is so inflated, you know, if you're not in FANG, essentially like the Russ has had some. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead. No.
but-
Go ahead, do your thing. My bad.
Yeah,
No.
but the thing is, with all that, I agree, and I'm just pointing out the stock market though because the stock market is still a big indicator of, especially when it comes to the tariffs. But like you said, we in the crypto space have reacted right to the news immediately, and we have counter-reacted as well to this new news as well. So it will just be interesting to see how things play out once, you know, other markets open as well.
Great point.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna be outside sitting on the corner with a "I accept Bitcoin" sign, like the boys. Cause listen, I got my ass tore up this weekend.
Yeah.
But no, it's super dope because I practice safe leverage. So a lot, only one of my second largest leverage account did get liquidated, no doubt, and there was no stopping that. Sui went from 350 to 50 cent.
Yo, I wish I would have bought that dip when I saw it go down to 50 cent. Oh my God.
50 cent. Like there was no. I don't care if I was in 1.2% leverage. I was getting liquidated. There was no other way around it. But my blue chip ones that I usually buy during these times, and I start to leverage at maybe most of my altcoins, no more than 2%. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So those positions never got leveraged. I did get liquidated a little bit out of an Aave position, but it wasn't detrimental. So it was really just mainly my Sui position that I got liquidated, and that hurt. Lost a little Ethereum, but it just hurts to see your pockets go down like that regardless. Like, so, and I practice safe leverage.
Man, listen. See, this is why I love what we do, you know, especially on this podcast, man. Y'all got real-time stories and experience from somebody who just was affected by what Trump did. I know we all did. I don't leverage trade. Me and Tia had discussions about that. That's not my thing. I DCA. You know what I'm saying? Man, look. I felt for her when, as soon as I read how many positions got liquidated, I was like, oh, man, she was the first person I thought about because I know that's what she do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that you didn't get, you know, Your ass handed to you too bad.
No, I got my ass handed to me.
Oh, damn.
But listen, I got my ass handed to me. But I got back up and started shaking that mug again.
Do something strange.
Gotta keep
change.
popping it.
Gotta do something strange for some change. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But nah, man. Yeah, man. And our heart goes out. I actually had this story for last, but it's actually going right into it because the market, the total value market of crypto this week was $4.3 trillion. After Trump announced that news, it went down to $3.7 trillion. Right? That's
Man.
what, almost
That's like 33%.
$700 billion or something
like 30%,
crazy.
Ain't it? Damn near almost 30%.
That's crazy. That's
30%.
wild. Yo. So
In an hour, really, like.
yeah, in an hour it was a flash
like
crash.
crazy,
It definitely
man.
was a flash crash too, man. Hopefully, people were able to take advantage of this dip. Hopefully, people were, able to recover from this. But unfortunately, somebody took their life. All right. So I usually save stories like this for last, but this kind of segued into it. So, unfortunately, this Ukrainian crypto influencer, right? His name is Kostoya Kudo. That was his social media name, right? But I don't want to butcher his real name, and rest in peace to this young man, But he was found dead in his Lambo truck, all right? During one of the worst crypto crashes ever, okay? So that shocked the whole Web3 community. So his death shocked the whole Ukraine community specifically, where he had gained prominence for his trading and insights and commentary on digital asset adoption. Okay, so his passion has reignited discussions about the mental health pressures faced by traders and influencers amid the volatility of global markets. So here's the thing, man. Maybe he was managing some portfolios for some people and he was over leveraged. But man, my heart goes out to people, maybe he had some other, issues that he was going through, personal issues or whatever, But man, y'all, it's not that serious, man. Don't kill yourselves, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all lost some bread. Because I'm going to tell you like this, it's a lot of opportunities to get money. You just got to take advantage of the technology and the tools that's out here, man. So, rest in peace. And my heart goes out to him and his family. I'm going to try to pronounce his name. Konstantin. That's what it looked like. Konstantin, right? Ganech. So he was Ukrainian. So
what would I say? Konstantin?
Kostoya. His influencer name was Kostoya.
Oh well, Galish. I don't know. I'm butchering it, but nah. First of all, just check on everybody in this space, and I was happy to see that T.Gold sent me that text to the group. It felt like it was to me anyways. But it's to the group, just checking on everybody, because at the end of the day, we have so much hopium because we understand the power of this technology. But just like the market, I use the analogy that the market has been held under the water like a beach ball. So has our hopes. And we're continually to believe, because we know, we see the macroeconomic environment. We understand what's at stake.
That's right.
But the suppression has been suppressed longer than any other cycle ever. And so that right there psychologically can do something to everyone in this space. If you got $10 in or if you got 10 billion in, it's tough. So just, put your mental health first. We all want this market, and we understand the implications of what this can do to our future generations, getting it right now. But we also got to get it right within ourselves and just take care of us during these times, because it's a lot of highs and lows in this market, and we just want to make sure that we are, just present and I guess vigilant is the word that I'm looking for. Vigilant over our well-being, emotionally and psychologically during these times, because crypto has a lot of highs and lows.
That's right.
And those highs can be really high, but those lows can be really low. And unfortunately, this low was just too much for him. So shout out to everybody who was able to just persevere, and then prayers up to everybody who weren't able to get over this last hump, like Kustatin Galish, and I'm sorry to butcher your name, because your life mattered. That's
right.
it.
That's right. Good shit to you.
For sure.
Yeah, I didn't even really catch this news until Saturday morning when I woke up, and I wasn't sure who it was until right now. So sorry to hear about that for him. Hope he rests in peace. His family as well. More on that. For the broader conversation, it made me think about Dirty Money, the movie with Robin Hood in it, and then when the kid took his life because he had an options trade that was open, right? And I remember I was in a similar situation, and Robin Hood well, maybe they changed it up now, but at that time Robin Hood didn't really do a good job of updating their data. It's like if an option trade closed on you, and you were in it before it actually like closed out, the next day it would show like a negative number in your account, like you would be down like negative $79,000 on the contract. But until the contract actually truly closed and they balance out the money, then you really see the true negative piece. But I remember waking up one day, I was down like negative 62,000. I was like, yo,
bro.
what the fuck?
That's wild.
And that was the issue that I was just explaining. I called Robin Hood on the phone. I was like, this math don't make any sense. And they said, yeah, that's our system right now. When it's going to update eventually, and it's going to go back to zero. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I did some research on that too on the internet. But there was one, like you said, like I said, and like it was in the movie. There was one kid that did not, and you can't always expect people to do this. So it's very much it's very much a responsibility of the platform to communicate this data.
That's right.
It's also unfortunate that people take these pieces of information and hurt themselves or kill themselves, because in the essence is like you said, no, like there's no amount of money that you lose that should want you to kill yourself. But the bigger picture, right? He was definitely in a bind, right? Because if he wasn't, he would have been able to have the clarity and the foresight to know that, oh, this shit is just going to be a little days. But he probably caught himself in something that just had him in the moment. It was like, damn, I'm really not going to come back from this. Like, I might have fucked up somebody's money. I might have fucked up my own money, and there's no option. There's no option. Like, so that's what it feels like here. But again, definitely I would say for scenarios like this, like you said, people be more careful of like how you treat yourself during these times, and also make sure just don't get too invested in these platforms, because these platforms don't do you the service of broadcasting the data that you need to have a good feeling about what the market is. That's not their job to do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, speaking of negative real quick, like when I was getting liquidated with Sui, I got a screenshot. That shit showed negative $1,000, and that's on chain. That's a lending, borrowing and lending. And that mug showed negative, like, I don't know, at that time it was probably $500. I had to check it out, but those contracts are supposed to execute right on time. The market crashed so fast that it didn't even.
Time to register.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Damn, man. Yeah, just be careful out there with y'all trading y'all investments, man. Like, just definitely be as mindful as you can. You know, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I just want to, you know, switch up the pace a little bit because we gotta go from something sad to something a little bit more happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know life is about balance. You know what I mean? So again, we're gonna say rest in peace to Kastoya Kudu. You know what I'm saying? That's his social media name. You know what I mean? So I ain't want to butcher his real name, but shout out to you, brother. You know, rest in peace to you. But we gotta talk about somebody who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, I thought this was dope. Now, you know, we usually start from more of the like political aspect and all of that first, but you know, we kind of had to pivot a little bit because you know, had to segue into certain topics to you know cheer the crowd up a little bit. All right, so the latest Nobel Peace Prize winner is a Venezuelan opposition leader by the name of Maria Corina Machado. All right, she's a heavy Bitcoin supporter. So she won the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. All right, she's been a long supporter of Bitcoin, calling it a vital means of resistance against her country's authoritarian regime and economic collapse. Okay, in a 2024 interview, she said Bitcoin helped Venezuelans survive hyperinflation and could serve as part of the nation's reserves in a future democratic Venezuela. Okay, so crypto leaders held her win as the first time a known Bitcoiner received the Nobel Peace Prize. So shout out to you. I gotta take my hat off for that one. You know, that's salute, major salute. Okay. So the Norwegian committee honored Machado for her fight to restore democracy and human rights in Venezuela, where President Nicolas Maduro remains in power despite widespread criticism and accusations of election fraud. Okay. I thought this story was super dope, you know, so I wanted to find a positive story to balance out, you know, somebody unaliving themselves, man. But just think about this. Think about what she did. She was the opposition leader to somebody who was basically devaluing the country's dollar. You know what I'm saying? They got a bunch of natural resources in Venezuela. Like oil, all that. No reason why their currency should be excuse me so inflationary. It's crazy. So here's the thing. She, because of her stance, understanding the freedom of Bitcoin and crypto, she won the Nobel Peace Prize for that. Just for being an advocate for crypto and freedom. Now, to me, this gives me a lot of inspiration and hope for people that I know right here at this building. There's a lot of people. If she can win the Nobel Peace Prize, man, listen, ain't no telling what we can do collectively as a group. Now, she's just one person putting up resistance to what her country's leader is doing. You know, he's already corrupt. But think about, I had to really, because I read the article, I looked at it, but it really hit me like, after reading it again from, you know, cross-referencing from another platform, I was like, yo, you know what? Just for her being pro-Bitcoin and looking out for her citizens, she won the Nobel Peace Prize, yo. I gotta ask my co-host, what do y'all think about that? I think this is spectacular, but I gotta get my co-host's thoughts on that. Hold on, let me get this up. Okay, there you go.
All right, I want to congratulate her. That's you know, it's always dope to see brown women winning. Period. Mm-hmm. You know, so shout out to her for the work that she did and with Venezuela and just Venezuela using digital currencies and hard assets to kind of get their country back on track. Do y'all remember the hyperinflation that happened in Venezuela that time?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was crazy because that's when I really, really got like deep into crypto, and I always thought like that was, and still sometimes do, maybe not to that extent, but that was like the test run to how hyperinflation is about to go worldwide. I just always had that gut feeling. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know.
You're right.
But no, Venezuela, they were, and this was before like we had real digital solutions. They were walking around with trash bags of money to buy everything, everyday items. It was so bad that they had to put money on a scale. They quit counting it. They just started to weigh the money at that point.
Terrible.
Now that is crazy inflation. I think at one point they hyperinflated in it said right here at the peak of it, it went from 65,000 to 130,000%. The IMF said it inflated to 1,000,000%.
That's retarded.
If you had $1 million, you have one now.
That's retarded.
Just think about that. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm pissed at Trump for how he manipulated the market, period. But these other leaders are straight effing trash. And so to have leaders like her to be able to step up and really go against the opposition and, you know, be brave enough to say, hey, these digital assets will help us find our way out of it. You know, so congratulations, Maria Corina. That's how you pronounce Machado. Corina Machado. I gotta roll my R's. Fuck that. Maria Corina Machado.
Yeah. It's so
Hey, quickly. No, congratulations, man. Cause no, that's fire. Then the last thing is that we gotta remember Venezuela was the first one to introduce any digital dollar of any sort, the petrodollar, which they wanted to peg by oil, being that they have like the third largest oil reserve in the world.
Like that, yep.
And that would have immediately been able to stop the bleeding with their inflation and their currency being devalued. I think other leaders, they were too ahead of their time, and kind of like the IMF and other world leaders kind of put the kibosh on it. So.
Good take.
For sure.
Shout out to her, Maria Corina Machado.
All right, Cheese.
Hi, Maria.
Shout out to my guy Marv too. He actually sung that song. I went to high school
Story.
with him. Word up.
It was funny though, because I remember leading up to when this announcement was made on Friday. It was rumored that, well, it was rumored, not rumored, but it was heavily desired that Trump wanted to see his name up on that list as as a Nobel Peace Prize.
I gotta ask for what?
For what he had, he had a couple nominations.
For what though? Did you know?
Yeah, Pakistan had nominated Donald Trump.
Really, Pakistan?
And then another country that had one of these countries that was in the European area. They had also voted for Trump to be picked. And then after this Gaza resolution,
that makes sense.
That he also wanted to be recognized for that. So I didn't know the candidates that were in the running. Honestly, didn't even know this election was about to take place until I learned that Donald Trump lost. And not that I expected him to win, but really when there's really no news and no communication, or I don't see this on my algorithms, right? So the only algorithm I saw was Trump saying like, I'm not going to be the one to get it. And I think it would have been funny. It's a funny time had happened. I was thinking to myself, like on Friday, just like Trump with his picture and it says
Don't,
2000.
don't say it. We don't even want to manifest that.
Nah, hell
Well, it's too late.
no.
It's too late.
Don't
It's
even.
It's not gonna happen.
Nah, we're not even putting that out there.
I
in
mean,
the
he still got
ethos.
4 more years, or 3
We
more
ain't
years.
putting that out
bro.
in the ethos.
They do it every year.
Yeah.
We ain't throwing that out
No.
in the ethos at all.
No, Cheese.
Hell to the no.
We got too much good mojo going on to manifest anything like that.
No, we're not manifesting nothing like that. I'm not manifesting nothing like that. I'm just saying that would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious or been ridiculous. Rather to see that, I would have been very highly questionable. But it also would make you wonder, like, what the fuck is going on in this world, right?
Yeah.
That this is what that this is what we call peace. But yeah, so that never happened. Thank God, and shout out to Maria Corina Machado.
That's right.
Fire.
Good take, Cheese.
Fire.
Good take, man. Yo, I swear to God, man. You know what? I love this so much, man. You know, there's going to be a time when we're going to do this more than once a week. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we got to give y'all the Joe Button way of delivering content to you. You know, giving you small snippets of the episodes throughout the week until you tap into us live on YouTube or Instagram on X, aka Twitter. So we do this every Sunday, man. So I love doing this. You know, this is a dope vibe. But the main thing is we blend so much. You know what I'm saying? We started off with the new Mobb Deep album. You know what I'm saying? We got Web3 items up on the table, like the Pudgy Penguins, collectible, and the inflatable behind us. You know what I'm saying? We got the Doodles cups. Soon we gonna have the Doodles cereal box up here with the Fruit Loops. So shout out to Doodles. We got my Singularity Sentience. We got Greg Mike. He's also a dope artist in Atlanta who got some NFTs too. Shout out to, our guys at NFT Energy Drink. You know what I'm saying? And we got the Clips box set down there because, they was on that Mobb Deep album, man. So we talk about culture. We live the culture. We in this shit every day. So there's something special that we're going to end this podcast off with. We got a couple more stories, but the last story is strictly for my developers because I cannot wait to talk about this story to my fellow developers. Well, I'm not a developer, to the guys and the people that I know that are developers out here. So,
advisory team.
So what we're going to do, let's talk about these banks, all right? So, these banks that we're going to talk about, it's Bank of America, PNB, Deutsche Bank. They are all collectively exploring a stable coin. Okay, so I thought this was interesting, right? Coalition of major banks, including Bank of America, Barclays, PNB, Citi, Deutsche Bank, Goldman Sachs, TD Bank, and UBS announced plans to explore creating a stablecoin backed one-to-one by G7 currencies. I thought that was interesting. The digital money would run on a public blockchain and aim to combine the efficiency of digital assets with strict regulatory compliance. While not naming stable coins directly, the project seeks to test a reserve-backed digital currency for faster, safer payments and enhance competition in global finance. All right. So, we already know, because we talked about this before, that Bank of America got a bunch of patents just in blockchain. They have several blockchain patents. So they already cooking up. They just been waiting for regulation. So I got to ask my co-host, all right, because we could go down a conspiracy. we could go down that rabbit hole.
Why you know that's what I'm pulling up?
We could go down that rabbit hole.
Come on, man.
But I just gotta ask my co-host, what do you think about these banks getting together to form their own stablecoin NFTia? What's your thoughts? Man.
Woo. Hey, T, why you read me like that? Why you read?
Because I thought about this. I just was hoping somebody's gonna say it.
Woo. History doesn't repeat, but it damn sure rhymes,
That's right,
man.
it rhymes.
Listen, when I seen this, the first thing I thought about was the Jekyll Island meeting. In the book, the creature
From Jekyll
of
Island.
the creature
Mhm.
from Jekyll Island, and it talks about that secret meeting in 1910 on Jekyll Island on a private resort off the coast of Georgia.
Yeah, I was about to
Off
say, let
the
them
coast
know.
of Georgia.
Not too far away from where we at right now.
Listen, my daughter is an hour away from there at school, right by Sapelo Island. I like to go down there often. Where a lot of your world leaders and bank leaders, they all flew in very privately. They came in very, tiptoe. One came in this way, one came in by train, one came in by boat. Planes weren't there open. Invented yet. Hell, some probably came in by horse. You don't know, but they came in very discreetly and all met on Jekyll Island and came up with the plan for the monetary system that we see today, which is the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Listen, this sounds so much like Jekyll Island, loud and proud and in our face. Yeah, they're gonna all promise, oh, this is gonna be this and that. But the planning that went on and what really may happen with these behemoths coming together to reshape the monetary system, listen. I was born at night, not last night, man. If it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, this is probably a duck. And this is clucking. It's clucking.
Quack, quack, motherfucker, quack, quack. Cheese.
I think it makes sense what they're doing. Like they already do this, right? In terms of how they manage their existing what's called Web 2 money, fiat money, right? So, in order to keep things consistent, they'll just keep doing it and back it by now utilize what they do to collectively back their stable coin. So in essence, it's not a surprise. Yeah, it's not a surprise, and the G7 currencies solidify that.
All right, so Cheese, he been in this space for a minute, so he know what time it is, man. He seen this shit coming. He's not surprised. You know what I mean? NFTia, she already said it. History don't repeat, but it damn sure rhymes. Listen, man. I already knew they was gonna be on some bullshit. When shout out to Brian Armstrong, CEO Coinbase. He put out a video saying these banks don't want us to get any yield off of stable coins.
Mm-hmm.
He put them banks on blast. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all already, strangling the people with less than 1% on any kind of interest that they got gain off of they little savings account. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Y'all be doing us dirty. Like, crypto's freedom. Just like this lady won Nobel Peace Prize for preaching that. It's freedom. The banks don't want us to be free. So big shout out to Brian Armstrong. Big shout out to Coinbase. Y'all need to tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Because there was some issues when Bitcoin hit that record high. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Binance. Y'all need to tighten up. Bybit, when motherfuckers was over leveraged, y'all was having issues. Binance had to put out a whole statement. You know what I'm saying? Because they dropped the ball and people couldn't get access to their funds and shit like that. So, not your keys, not your cheese. You heard?
Yeah.
Shout out to Just Cheeze. Yeah, man. So, any other thoughts on that? Shout out to everybody listening too. No other thoughts? We're gonna talk about. Shout out to all of the builders and the developers and the coders at ABC. Some of the most brilliant people, if not the most brilliant people I've ever met in my life. All right, shout out to all of them. That's Van, that's Chris, that's Marlon. There's a lot of brilliant people that I saw come through these doors. Cheese, Tia, there's a lot of very, very smart people that I'm glad to be a part of this team. So there was something that I saw, because I know some of these developers here with their platforms, whether it's Liquid Agent or whether it's AI Quant. they involve AI agents and technology in their Web3 platforms. All right, so this is innovation. So, as the global AI market heads towards 1 trillion by 2031, a key challenge of how these millions of agents will trust and transact with each other, with each other, the Ethereum and Consensus Foundation, okay, they introduced the ERC 8004. That's a new standard enabling AI agent to authenticate, cooperate, and build reputations on chain. Each agent gets an ERC 721 identity token, a kind of digital passport containing its skill and data, while integrating payment proofs and feedback systems to help track trustworthy behavior. This innovation positions Ethereum as the coordination leader for the centralized AI economy, where machines can operate autonomously using trustware instead of intermediaries. Okay, so I gotta ask Just Cheeze. I'm gonna set it off with Just Cheeze because I know Tia, she got right with the coding and all that, so she's a builder. So I gotta ask. I'm gonna set it off with Cheese first, and we're gonna come back to NFT on her thoughts on this, because I think this is a phenomenal story, and I want to see how people like you, guys at Project Pi, and Marlon gonna use this new Ethereum standard.
Yeah, this is dope. Actually, super dope. Around this time last year, we had all kind of like getting hype around the debut of like crypto AI, meta, right? The whole meta for crypto AI was just taking off, and we had stuff. We'll start to see things like virtuals. We started to see things like AI 16Z, ELIZA, right? So all these AI frameworks started to come out of the woodworks, and it was interesting back then, because one of the things that I started to think about at that time was a marketplace where you could buy agents, but you would really be buying NFTs, and you would be buying the NFTs, and the NFT would have their attributes built into the contract, and that is exactly part of what is being promised here with ERC 8004, and right, giving standardization to build agents as smart contracts, which is not, it's actually similar to what's being done in Python, because when you build an agent in Python, it's already like standardized, like you have to put these specific fields. Now you're just mapping that metadata to be on chain, which is wrapping it in an NFT, which pretty much makes it, like you said, a passport. So now each agent can have its passport and its identity, and as it's doing transactions out there and communicating with the new protocols, like they just really, like, this is so far, they made this announcement, and then the other thing that got announced like in the last 2 weeks was X402, which is a communication protocol for API payments. So every API call that is being made, you can just charge. So you don't even need like Stripe anymore. You can just anytime you write code that calls something, you can automatically tie in basically a pay per request. You can do a pay per request call. So everything that happens now in your app can be basically micro, like how they do in video games, like micro payments. So it's going to be interesting, to see that work with the agents, because now these agents can make these API calls, and when the API calls responds to the agent has to deposit money, and then the agent can get you access to exclusive content. So stuff like that is where I see it being powerful in Skylark, because now we can do we can do payment gated content and stuff like that. And yeah, so shout out to Quiet Stack though, because
You stole my bar.
because I was
Thief.
I actually been know about this. I've been know about 8004 like 5 weeks ago, and I was telling Ashley about it, and I was telling her like this is all for you. Like this has all the protocols set up in it. She hasn't gotten into the weeds on a smart contract yet, but she understands what I'm saying from the Python side of things. So like this is dope for Quiet Stack because you know it has all of the standards already out of the box.
Dope. So that's 2 thumbs up from Cheese on this.
Yeah.
NFTia, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. So I was gonna open mine up with shout out to Quiet Stack but Cheese already stole my thunder a little bit. But it's all good. It's all good. But shout out to Quiet Stack, man, because you were the first person that really highlighted the need to police these agents from 100% verifiable standpoint at the decision-making level. And I didn't quite understand that until our pitches, man, and just her really talking about it. And the more that I understand it, the more I see the need for this. And even what I'm building with DocuHero, because there will be agentic systems behind it. Certain agents will have to handle certain states compliance, and that will be that. I mean, the agents will be doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Okay.
But you can't just build one agent to do it. There will have to be several agents that work in the cohesion to be able to make this thing work. And so now that these solutions are being built in real time. Google is building something similar. It doesn't have on-chain decentralization or anything, not yet anyways, but theirs is in alpha. And I just learned about that about 2 weeks ago. And so now to learn about this is it's phenomenal, to be honest. One thing that it makes me reflect on is, I think I mentioned this my first time ever sitting on a couch with you, T. And we talked about Andreas Antonopoulos. Shout out to him. He doesn't really get on camera and talk about, you know, a lot of the protocols and from a high level technical aspect. But Andreas Antonopoulos, one thing that he always talked about is one day there's going to be autonomous cars. They're going to drop you off. They're going to take you to work. Then they're going to run around the city while you're at work, go make money, be able to sit at a charging station, fill up, and then go back and make some money. And all those transactions, whether it's paying for the electricity, collecting payments for the rides that it's going to, for the ride sharing that it's going to do, it's all going to be on chain using blockchain infrastructure, because AI cannot open up a bank account, but it can open a wallet. We see it happening every day with AI Quant.
That's right.
My quants have their own wallets. You see what I'm saying? Big shout out to Barshep. My quant has 6 wallets, 6 bank accounts right now. And realistically, it's more than 6. It's really 12, because it has one in the native token for gas fees, and then it has it in stable coins. It has a reserve wallet, as well as an active trading wallet. You know, my quant has it, can transact on its own right now.
That's right.
So imagine once they start talking to each other, once they start giving each other game. Hey, I'm gonna give you some game, but it's gonna have to be for a little change. And they're gonna be able to do that amongst themselves. Do you understand the power when you put it in layman terms how dope this is?
That's right. Matter of fact, come on, man. Big shout out to AI Quant, man. And big shout out to my co-host for smoking that and cooking that, you know, leaving that well done barbecued and all that. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Y'all really just mollywop that. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Man, so Cheese said he knew about this for 5 weeks, so I gotta ask a question. The bar chef, is this on his radar, and is he trying to incorporate this into the AI Quant platform? Do you know that?
Now, I don't know if he's trying to incorporate it into the AI Quant platform, but I know he's aware of it and tested it out and doing some work on it. You know, the cool thing about these type of things is that they're open source. So when these announcements are made, you can start. Like, I was looking at the code, like when I learned about it 5 weeks ago. It was in draft mode, right? And I wasn't sure if this was going to be taken into any serious considerations. 'Cause if you go to the Ethereum Foundation site, you can see all the ERCs in their status. But at the time I was reading it, this was in like the early draft mode. So I was like, okay, cool, because a lot of things come out in early draft mode. So it's like, is it going to push forward? But now that it came out on like news and it came out on Crypto Slate, and now that people are having meetings around it, it seems very promising that it's going to be something more than just a random ERC. So looking forward to seeing it, and I think how he could incorporate it in AI quant. I think there could be a way where right now he has a copy feature. Where you have like the ability to kind of like reach out to somebody and say, hey, I like your numbers, I like your stats, kind of borrow your strategy. But kind of like what Tia was just saying, like instead of it being that involved from a human perspective, you could just like dynamically as an agent, you can turn if you could turn on a lever that basically says like I'm live dynamic trading, right? It's like if you dynamic trading, your agent is always like trading on its own, but it's also looking at other agents and seeing how they're trading and just being like, maybe I see how that person over there trading. This is how Tia was saying. So like if we had like a dynamic trading where you can basically turn your agent on to be in dynamic mode, and that means that every agent that's in dynamic mode is listening and also able to reach out or accept these requests to leverage their process. It would be like how Liquid Agent basically switches between pools dynamically based on which one is giving basically what they're doing. The agent is throwing money in, testing it. If it holds, then it stays there, right? But instead, this would be different. The agent would be reaching out to another agent and like, oh, I like what you're doing, and and then just make a transaction. So that would be cool.
Yeah, I look at it as like with the bar chefs. Like I'm like, when I first heard about this, I'm like, yo, like, could you imagine? Because sometimes I look at a trade that one of the agents did. I'm like, dang, I wish. Like I don't necessarily want to pay for the whole strategy and pay to copy their entire strategy. But when I see them up anything over like 15% or something like that, my agent could just follow them and then get 10% or 5% of my earnings just for allowing me to follow that exact strategy, or sending my agent an alert. Like anytime I'm up and I find something that hit these levers, I'll just send you an alert. And if it's within your parameters, you go ahead and copy the strategy. Oh, we need the horns for this one.
All right, so check this out. So both my co-hosts smoked that, but we gotta introduce somebody. We got a guy. You see this sign right here? You see this Stand With Crypto sign right here? He is the president of the Georgia chapter of Stand With Crypto. All right, so big shout out to Stand With Crypto, man.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to our guy Ant Mathis. You know what I mean?
T.Gold. We hug, bro. Definitely. All three of y'all been talking about very heavily this past week. Just cheese.
So
just
we live at ABC. You know what I'm saying? So we live on Instagram, we live on YouTube, we live on Twitter. So Ant, man, how you feeling? How you doing? What's going on in your world? We know you just came back from Texas, right? Well, Dallas specifically, right?
Yeah,
Talk to the people, man. What's going on? How you been?
Well, first of all, I appreciate everyone here on the day of the sun. It's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful day. I know that You know, y'all mentioned some things that went down this past week, but we always gonna persevere and get through it. We know what's up. We know what time it is.
That's right.
And the future's in our favor. So I feel great. I'm highly favored and blessed. You know, I got myself, I got my fam, I got y'all. It's this is what it is. So it's been a great week. Just got back from Dallas, Texas for the North American Blockchain Summit.
Dope.
It was cool. It was amazing. It was put on by the Texas Blockchain Council. For me, it was personal. You know, I went to the University of North Texas. I graduated from there, studied business, worked in the music industry for a little bit. You know, based in Dallas, there were a lot of the big 5 major record labels there at the time. So I got busy in the streets there in Dallas for a minute with the radio stations and promoting different artists. And a lot of those artists actually came out from Atlanta. So I also took some time to study entrepreneurship at SMU Cox School of Business under Simon Mack, who is now a founding vice chancellor of the first AI university in India.
What?
And
That sounds crazy.
not only was he my professor for entrepreneurship, but he actually started the first blockchain group at SMU like in 2018. So I remember just reaching out to him and like I just looked at my LinkedIn when I found out I was going back to be a speaker, and I was going to SMU, and I was like, this is pretty cool. This is full circle to have studied entrepreneurship there and then gone on about, you know, everything I've done in my experiences in education. And then to be able to just like hit him up and let him know that I was on my way, and he's letting me know that he's in India, in Mumbai.
That's crazy.
And he's glad that I was there, but he's like, come visit me. So we got to go to Mumbai, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that opportunity. I told him I put that on the calendar for 2026.
Dope.
And just to be at the North American Blockchain Summit, it was, you know, everything blockchain, Web3, crypto. They talked about all different sectors. They talked about healthcare. They talked about energy. You know, shout out to Dr. Hero. Looking forward to some really opportunities, some great opportunities there. And it was cool because I was on a panel. I was on a panel with other Stand With Crypto chapter presidents. I want to give a shout out to Miss Nifty, Carrie Lynn out in California State chapter president. I want to give a shout out to Cullah. He's the state president from Wisconsin. We also had Elizabeth Hansen from Michigan, and we had T Fight from New Mexico. They were all on the stage with me. They were on the panel. And we all really represented really well for our state. We represented well for Stand With Crypto. I want to send a shout out also to Mason and just the organizers from the Texas Blockchain Council. They really treated us first class with, you know, just the attendance. You know, that was a $2,000 ticket to go to that event. They had VIP dinners that I was a part of. And it was just cool just to be there on campus. And like I said, full circle to be like, wow, I studied here. I've spent a lot of time in this space. I've done a lot of growth, and here I am to be able to speak on panel about, you know, what we're doing in blockchain in Texas. But it was dope just to see people like, you know, from other organizations here in Atlanta say, hey, our Georgia's very own, you know, Stand With Crypto chapter president Ant Mathis representing. So I saw a lot of stuff online. I'm trying to keep up with it. I feel like, you know, I'm still in the game. You can't be posting on Instagram and social media when you're in the game. You know, after the game, you know, you got to go ahead and talk to the reporters or something like that. And then, you know, locker room, then afterwards, then you can catch up with it and start replying. So I look forward to connecting with a lot of people out there, you know, that I met. It's so many opportunities. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I'm thinking on a higher level. And I encourage everyone here at the Atlanta Blockchain Center to just really just reevaluate your project and what you want for your project and want more for your project. The eyes is on us. We know what this city of Atlanta is about. It's the Atlanta Blockchain Center. You know, we've made some really great connections. And for me, I just, you know, it was pointed out to me like, you know, but you don't know, you know, but we have all the pieces. And now we're going to put all the pieces together. And our 10 and 5 mission, like we're 3.5 years into it. And I feel like we're right there, you know, to that point. And shout out to M Dub. I want to appreciate him for putting me in a position to even be, you know, like he called me one day and was like, man, I'm going out of town. I want you to do this. And here I am a little bit more than a year later. I'm going to these type of conferences. That was one of the best conferences I've been to. And we've been to some dope conferences. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And it was cool because I was on the panel, but I had to get to the panel like I had to get to the crypto ball. I had some challenges with the Uber, Lyft, whatever, the traffic and stuff. I told the man, I said, man, just stop right here. I jumped out the car and I ran in and got in there on time, but it was cool because they escorted me in. And I was like, hold on a second, did y'all just escort me in here through security? And basically it's like, hey, just walk down and walk on the stage, the microphone's ready, and boom, I'm sitting in the chair with everybody else. And some really good questions was asked about this, the blockchain space, how we adopt people, getting people off of social media and getting them to events in real life. We talked about what it's like to encourage people like the senators, like Senator Ralph Warnock and Ossoff. Like, what did we say to them to make them say yes?
Matter of fact, grab that photo. Grab that photo, man. Grab that photo, man. We gotta make some room. We gotta make some room over here, man. I'm putting this in front of the. Matter of fact, we gotta put this in the frame because too many people been touching this already. I gotta put this in the camera so y'all see this, all right? Y'all see who this is? That's John Ossoff, all right? He's a senator in Georgia.
Yeah, he is.
All right? We got Chris from Project Pi Labs, and we got our guy, Ian Mathis, right here in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put this right here, but too many fingerprints on that thing, man. We gotta put that in the frame.
Yeah. So the story behind that is the story behind that picture is like a couple weeks ago, Van was like, hey, Ant, you got a package here. On a package, it said Washington, D.C., but it was like taped up. And I was like, man, what they sent me from D.C., right? And I said, man, you my brother, man. Go ahead and open it up. He opened up with FaceTime. I was looking for some documents. I ain't done nothing wrong, but you just you start getting close to your finish line, things be jumping out at you and be challenging. I was like, I don't want that right now. And he opened it up, and it was a picture of that. So I was like, cool, dog. I didn't even expect that. But to sit there and just answer those questions and explain to them what, I was telling them that at the Atlanta Blockchain Center, the reason why these senators are voting yes is because we were able to demonstrate by going to DC. Marlon Williams from AI Quant, the founder here of Starter Labs and ABC, and Kristen and Van from Project Pi, and sit down with and Christina McFarland as well from Patientory. She's got a dope project, and it's really, I think it was her being a woman in the space and sitting right next to Warnock and explaining her business, and for her to emphasize what we were saying. It's like, we are entrepreneurs, we are coders, we're developers, engineers, and we worked on these projects, and these projects have gotten to a point where they're starting to get recognition, and then now we're starting to get pre-seed funding, we're starting to get seed funding, we're about to go to these next levels. And when we do this, we're actually creating jobs. I looked up in here at ABC a couple weeks ago, and Project Pi had like 10 people in here, and I was like, but I know where it comes from. It's the progress. And so once the senators learn about that progress and there's jobs creating in their districts and the constituents in that district, we're solving a problem. So when you're solving a problem, and then you're also showing them how for themselves, how they can benefit from this space personally, but also for their campaigns, then they're listening. So that's where we're at right now. That's how we were able to get the stablecoin Genius Act passed. That's right. And then, we got the Clarity Act for market structure that's coming up to get passed as well. And I feel really good about that. I just feel really good about everything, and just, also where we're at and where we live. And we saw how things happen this week. There's going to be some other things, but we got to be ahead of it and be smart to, I think we kind of learned something from this last one. It's about leveraging or whatever. It might be a little bit more conservative and stuff like that. So it was cool to see that. And then just a quick rundown, I ended the show basically saying, hey, I think the best way for adoption is our youth. I kind of joked and I said, hey, who in here has a daughter? And a lot of people raised their hands, and I said, well, tell her if she's dating some guy or there's a boy interested, he ain't got no crypto wallet, he's not the one. You know what I'm saying? So that means she's going to be making sure she has a crypto wallet. Some guy out there, if he's interested in the girl, she asking that question. It's like one of them questions, like, how's your credit? You want your credit to be good. And so it's like, you got a crypto wallet? He better want to have said yes. So that's a good way to...
Crypto Pop the Balloon edition.
Right? Hey, balloon maybe we might need to do that here at the Blockchain Center. That's a good idea.
That's a Valentine's Day event. Valentine's Day event. All right, you heard it here first. Thank you for that idea. Check this out. We already got February 2026 event already locked in at the bookstore gallery for a balloon pop event, Web3 style. I like that. Keep cooking.
But yeah, so that was cool to just, and then afterwards, there's a lot of things that, a lot of developments while I was tapped in still here to Atlanta while I was there. I talked to a lot of y'all while I was there, just letting y'all know
Absolutely.
what was up, through text messages and just sending y'all information. And I saw, I looked down at my phone, I saw a lot of replies to a lot of the social media posts. I'm just looking, I was like, I am till infinity, which I am on social media, being tagged in a lot of things, and a lot of it was coming from the home team, and I appreciate that. Y'all seeing I'm out there, y'all know that, I don't, I'm starting to spend more time, I love this is home always, but I got to get out.
Got to.
And I got and I think I've told a lot of y'all that I'm bringing it back for the home team because we got the 10 and 5
Absolutely.
mission. So, and y'all know that's my goal and my mission. And you know what, it's bigger than me, and it's also going back to the people before us, but also the people after us. So
Absolutely.
we in that time, and yeah, I'm excited about the future, and I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Lo, for coming out and supporting as well, and really just like. And this is what's going on. I've been in the space, and I can see that you got some things, and it's helping me put some things together for all of us. So it's dope there, and I want to give a shout out to Tamlin as well, a friend out there in Dallas who was able to show some support and get around to some different things and get us going. And so also it was just cool just to be back in Dallas. So here I am, and shout out to all y'all. ABC 10 and 5, let's get it.
10 and 5.
Let's
10
go,
and 5.
let's go.
10 and 5, baby.
I like that, man. So, man, you on your Nick Fury shit for real, man. That's I call us the Web3 Avengers, man. So Nick Fury, he be out there in the field, coordinating the plays for the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? And Ant, he definitely do that. That's his superpower. That's his strength. And we all got particular strengths and superpowers in here. And I know we're definitely more stronger, united in this space. And that's why we winning. It's a collective consciousness. Man, we help each other out. We support each other, And on top of that, this place like church. This place is sacred to us. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
we weed out, the funny style people who, they just fall off themselves,
Yeah.
But the real ones stick through all of the treacherous times and the hard times in the space. Like Marlon said, man, we build in the bear market. So when a bull run come, we prepared. We looked at those ones. You know what I'm saying? The KOLs, key opinion leaders in this space, people to follow, people to tap into, people to learn from. So I love being part of this team, y'all. Is there any other thoughts, questions, or comments that y'all want to leave off with? Because, I'm going to play that Mobb Deep on the way out, man.
Yeah,
So
let's give a shout out to Vincent Owens. It's his birthday today. Caught
Yeah.
some crypto.
Oh, happy
word,
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
Vince.
so-
Word up. You turned 33
Yeah.
too. That's a powerful number, man.
So I'm just getting
Shout
back
out to you.
for sure. I'm just getting back in town. I know he had an event this morning. I wasn't able to get there, and I know he's got some things going on this evening, so might be able to catch up with him. But if not, just, I told that, some people that I definitely give a shout out. So I think this is the perfect opportunity on this platform to do so, just in case I don't meet him IRL.
That's right.
Sure.
We might have to pop up on him, man. You know what I'm saying? This birthday month. It's October, man. We about to turn up. You know what I mean? I've been working super, super hard, so I like to play hard too sometimes, man. So, but yo, NFTia Just Cheeze. Any other closing thoughts?
No, I'm excited about this Pitch Fest, man. I've been working humbly, but I've been grinding. And it's not just the Pitch Fest. It's for everything that comes after it. Everybody, including Ant, ever since the cohort, when I get to talking about Dr. Hero, they were like, "Dang, you on Shark Tank?" Like, cause it flow. It's
About to be unfair, y'all. It's about to be unfair.
It just flow, man. And this weekend, I was able to really, really just finally get it critiqued the way that I really wanted this pitch. And I love you, T.Gold, like a brother, different
I already
mother.
know what's coming.
But this is LeBron Game 7. And I'm coming with my A game, and I know y'all after me. I know y'all coming for my neck.
I
But
love it.
at the end of the day, like, I done put in the work. And that work got to speak for itself. So, if y'all win, like I told all y'all earned it. But you got to beat me.
I like that. I like that confidence. I like that confidence.
You ain't gonna hand the mic back to him, so he can have a rebuttal.
I'm gonna she pass it off to
You on the mic because I ain't pitching.
Cheese.
I'm excited because I'm curating and organizing and it's gonna be it's gonna be a dope thing. He's got that book. While y'all debate, I'm gonna go grab a book out of the car.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna just tell y'all like this, man. Pitching ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Just like pimping. Pitching ain't easy. You know? Say that. Nah, I'm just saying, man. It's just the fact that I've been trying to perfect my pitch, and I've been getting better. So I just know one thing: delivery and product is gonna be important. You know what I'm saying? I got that work. Just know I got a lot of leverage in these streets. I got a couple of big jokers in my pocket I'm gonna pull out. I ain't even say during my practice. I actually got a big joker and a little joker that ain't nobody know about. You know what I mean? I gotta have some surprises. I gotta throw some. You know what I mean?
You sound like you're an Uno player.
I play spades, man. So I gotta have some surprises for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know, man. It's gonna be friendly competition. No matter who wins, it's gonna be definitely worth it because the judges are thorough, and everybody who I've heard their pitch so far, they got great projects. A lot of people got great projects, phenomenal projects. You know what I'm saying? So, we gonna see who gonna walk away with that $25K on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? That was a bar too, right quick. I didn't realize.
It was.
A nice little bar.
You getting ready for Mob Deep?
You already know. So, yeah, man. Like we do every time, every Sunday, 420. It's your boy T.Gold, NFTia, Just Cheeze, Aunt Mathis. We at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. Shout out to the bar chef, Marlon Williams. Shout out to Bubba. You know what I'm saying? That's our guy, man. Shout out to our other guy, man, Richard LaFleur, man, because he been catching a lot of good footage of us too. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that guy right there, man, out of Morehouse, Haitian. I tell people on the regular, like, the last great director came out of Morehouse. A lot of people say Spike Lee, and I say Richard LaFleur is next, man, straight up.
Straight up.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So Cheese, he went and got this this book that he cooked up, you know? So this is gonna be for the judges, am I correct?
No, it's gonna be for everybody.
It's for everybody. Okay.
copies.
Go ahead, tell people what this is, Cheese.
Yeah, so this is just a
Here you go. You gotta grab the mic too,
Pitch
big.
Fest interactive guide
Grab this too.
that we cooked up here. That I cooked up. It has the intro.conversation. Has 10 and 5 facts. Over 38 companies incubated. Over 200 IRL events. And we got the founders directory. That's all throughout here. And then we got, like I said, a lot of founders here. You can see the 12 companies pitching. Then we got a defined perspective. My boy Ant over there. And then we got a whole plethora of featured companies. But each company has their QR code, which actually takes them to, the Skylord community where people will be able to do quest activations that they got set up. So this is an interactive guide that people can take home and they can remember the companies that were pitching and the companies that, continue to engage with their brand. If they have activations, if they have anything that's going on, this book will remain as a staple.
Fire.
Dope, Cheese.
Yeah, so October 14th.
Okay, shout that out, man.
Yeah, October 14th. Web3 Pitch Fest, Atlanta Blockchain Center, hosted by Marlon Williams, bar chef. It's gonna be a great day. This is cohorts 6 and 7. There's been 7 cohorts at the Atlanta Blockchain Center. Over 40 plus businesses have been incubated through cohorts at Atlanta Blockchain Center. And we're gonna have some reputable judges from different backgrounds. Shout out to Jonathan King and some others, Nobia and a few others.
Talk about where they from.
Yeah, I don't know all of them, but yeah, it's there, Zenobia Goshawk from Hedera. We got also, thank you. Yes, so thank you. I appreciate that. So Dan Dreschel from Partner of BIP Ventures. We got Jonathan King from Coinbase Ventures. We got Sig Mosley from Mosley Ventures. Zenobia Goshawk from Zach Communications, which is also Hedera. You know, she's a representative there. So that's going to be a day where, you know, a lot of people get a chance. Like, it is going to be, you know, I'm not just, it's our pitch fest. And there's an opportunity for $25,000 on the table. $25,000 on the table. You can do a lot with that, and it can lead you into that pre-seed and that seed round and other things you need to grow your business. So I also say that, you know, there's going to be a winner, but I think everybody who's going to attend is going to walk away with something. And the people that attend this event are going to see the value in those who pitch. They're going to see more value in what we're doing. And I think that's going to help us get more support for our ecosystem. I know it's going to get us more support in our ecosystem what we're working on. So it's going to be dope to see that. And yeah, World Coin Center, what time does it start?
6 to 8.
6 to 8, World Coin Center. That's over at Pond City Market. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all check into that. Check it out online. Get registered for the event. It's going to be a great event. It's Tuesday night, October 14th.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, and that's it. Matter of fact, let's give it a round of applause, man. Round of applause, man. We appreciate your time here, sir,
Thank you.
and everything that you had spoken on the pod today. You know what I mean? Just talking about your experience down there in Dallas, you know, and all of the work that you've been doing. One thing I had to tell you that you ain't realized, because y'all be moving so fast, when you mentioned that Genius Act that got passed. Because I do journalism, I cross-reference a lot. So I go to other platforms to get content. It should be different on every platform. The only thing that stayed consistent when I saw the Genius Act was passed, that Stablecoin Act, that was the first law for crypto. Trump signed off on it. And they had a group of crypto advocates. And in this photo, it kept using the same photo in front of the Capitol. For those people that was in that photo, which is a historic photo,
Wow.
right here from the Atlanta Blockchain Center. I got Ant Mathis, Kristen Van, and Marlon Williams.
That's what's up.
That photo is going to be in history books whenever they talk about crypto and how it got integrated into law, into United States. This photo, this is immortal. You know what I'm saying? This is it. So I just want to let you know, and the fellas in that photo, man, that y'all made history. That 10 and 5, that's a mantra that now we all are saying it. We not only say it, we walk it, so it's manifesting, it's happening. We already 10 and 5. We just waiting for the world to catch up to us. You heard? So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tapping in on Instagram and YouTube. We see y'all. Shout out to everybody tapped in on Twitter, aka X. You know, shout out to Easy Money Esquire. Shout out to I Want to Be Healthy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Lightning Forge Games. You know what I mean? Shout out to our guy Jerry Johnson and everybody else who tapped in. You know, thank y'all. Thank y'all. This is your boy T.Gold, along with NFTia Just Cheeze, and I got Ant Mathis. You know, popped in on us today. We appreciate that. And we're going to go out with that new Nas. I like the Nas and Mobb Deep joint. That shit was super fly. They had Georgia Smith on it. You know what I mean? Real fly gangster shit. That album, I got to say this.
Georgia Smith.
This Mobb Deep album sound like New York. It still sound grimy, but it's like the new buildings. It's like the Freedom Towers, New York. You know what I'm saying? It's like all the Hudson Yards, all of this shit. Like, New York is so fly, man. Like, I love New York. I love so many aspects of it because that's where I'm from. But this sound made me feel like I wanted to go back home in New York. You know what I'm saying? Just to experience the new New York. You know what I'm saying? Not Shea Stadium, but Citi Field, New York. You know what I'm saying? Not the old Yankee Stadium, but the new Yankee Stadium. So it feel like New York. I love this sound. So we're going to go out with this Mobb Deep and Nas with Georgia Smith. It's your boy T.Gold. We out. Peace.
Love you.
See that. talk that shit to me. Everything about you be it for me. What the hell you done did to me? This not normal, can't keep my mind off you. Took what I taught you to a whole other level. Hardcore, but you worked your way into my mental. I was in trouble from the minute that I met you. Flying colors, but you passed when I test you. Part of self, know I'm rough around the edges. Blame it on the trenches, some shit I won't mention. How I'm feeling now, it's not what I expected, but I'm going with the flow. Wild sex grabbing on your throat. Down for shit that I ain't even know. None of these bitches come close. Fuck it on my mama, you the GOAT.
And if I only had you on my side, I had no questions on the things left behind. Oh, see, it hurts me to keep you in my heart. Being in love is my downfall, and I'm down for
Silk shirts in my chest show this ice work. I blew a kiss at HGR from afar. At a Georgia Smith concert, she'll probably respond like Holly did. I got a list. Tiana, Zoe, Saldana, Madonna, wish I could twist. I don't care, pull your hair. Crack first night, that's how it be. Sneaky leak, nah, keep a gourmand like Gotti's freaks. We mobbing deep, have Nas and B. She gotta be high quality to rival me and properly embody love. Am I still a thug? Maybe that broke two version of me was. I'm old school down, cabinet fireplace, person rug. I hold you down. Send a plane for you, new burgers, we hit the ground running. The homies laughing and clown because I found someone. If I love a girl, who care what you like? Charlie, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. But she my new addition. She said it's yours, cause you been what I miss.
if I only had you on my side, I had no questions on the things left behind. Oh, see, it hurts me to keep you in my heart. If loving you is my downfall, then I'm down for you. And if I only had you on my side, I had no questions on the things left behind. See, it hurts me to keep you in my heart. If loving you is my downfall, then I'll be down for you.
For all days relaxing, jacuzzi on the roof out in Singapore, laughing so hard. The T.Gold came out my nose. Priceless memories, I suppose. Pack a few changes of clothes, couple suits, you know, bathing, formal jeans and some boots. We don't do the chancletas, but we do the cool sandals with the blue and red strap. My crew, we some ghetto dap dons on that luxury hood shit. Audemars, Vacheron, Hugh blow the wrist. Diamonds is for chicks, we distinguish gangsters. It separates us from these wanna-be famous wingsters. Be jumping inside the shark tank with black tips, narrow tooth fin, tiger sharks. The finest girls in designer him, and she can keep them bitches on when she digging her nails with passion.
You on my side, I had no questions on the things left behind. Oh, see, it hurts me to keep you in my heart. Being in love is my downfall, and I'm down for you.
Peace.
Trying to get the fuck up out of here tonight, man. P. Call up the peoples, man. Call everybody up, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here. 7 p.m. and I just woke up. 8 p.m. in my bulletproof truck. 9 p.m. Scoop the Alchemist. And 30 more niggas meet me in Queensbridge. 10 p.m. we drove to AC. Midnight on the dot, we parked the V's. Then we went up in the Taj Mahal, hit the crap table, blackjack.